Welcome back to How to Cake It. I'm Yolanda, and this week I am caking giant chocolate chip cookies.
How many of them?
6.
There are 3 people in the kitchen right
True.
now.
So we can each have 2 cookies.
Yep.
You're right. I'm not sharing. To make these 6 giant chocolate chip cookies, I started by baking 9 pounds of my ultimate vanilla batter. And I divided the batter evenly between 6 8-inch round pans. Naturally, I folded in some chocolate chips. I have something to tell you guys. I'm not sure if I've ever done this on How to Cake It. I did not level these cakes. There is no ruler in this video.
How did you go through an entire day without using a ruler?
I took it out at lunch and talked to it. So basically, what I'm going to do is just carve each one of these cakes like a cookie. I also did not cut the caramelization off the bottom of these cakes.
What did you do to the cakes then?
Who am I? I don't even know who I am anymore. This is a really easy cake to carve. You can't go wrong. All you have to do is use your serrated knife to create peaks and valleys in whatever direction you want on the cookie. Just like a cookie. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little insider information. Normally when I'm carving a cake, sorry guys, I only told the VIPs. It's not very important, but it's interesting. That's the kind of stuff that we include in our VIP videos, which go out every Monday night, and they also get a first look at that week's cake. It's time for Sir Squeeze to roll up and simple syrup these cookies. It's now time to crumb coat my cookies, and I've decided to use chocolate ganache.
Nice.
I think it just goes with the chocolate chippiness.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's also no buttercream in this video. Because ganache is quite thick, it will dredge up the cake crumbs as you're icing. So you definitely don't want it to be on the thicker side. If your ganache is too thick, just warm it up quickly for a couple of seconds so that it's nice and spreadable. This OK But First Cake hoodie, as well as our best-selling hoodies, are all on sale right now at howtocakeit.com. I got 99 problems, but a cake hoodie ain't one. I have more news. You know how I always say crumb coat and chill, right?
Yeah.
Well, I crumb coated them all and I put them on the side table. And because ganache sets up quickly and it's so chilly in here, I didn't end up chilling them. I just crumb coated them all. Then I did another thin layer right over the crumb coat because, like I said, there was crumb dredging, so I needed it to be a bit smoother. So technically, there was no crumb coat and chill.
Everything that they believe in is falling apart. Right
I know.
No.
This might end up on TMZ. But don't worry guys, after I did that second ice of ganache, I chilled the cakes. So there was still a chill. It was more like crumb coat and ice and chill. Oh, guys, share this episode. Who doesn't like chocolate chip cookies? I colored some fondant a tan color. When you ice a cake with ganache and you have it in the fridge, it tends to sort of dry out on the surface. And so when I took my cookies back out, it was on the hard side. So I knew that the fondant wouldn't really stick to it. So what I did is I just brushed a little bit of water around the edge, the bottom edge of the cookie, to make sure that the fondant, when I pressed it on, it would stick to the cookie. Then I rolled out my fondant nice and thin, a little bigger than each cookie, draped it over, and I just used my hands to smooth it all into those grooves I created and around the side. And then I pushed the excess fondant into the cookie all around and used a sharp paring knife to cut away the excess fondant. I said excess fondant twice. I said I pushed the excess.
Yeah, there's a little excessive.
Well done.
Well done.
It was great to meet so many of you at my book signings, but I really wanted to be able to give this gift to the people who couldn't attend or perhaps live in countries that I didn't visit. Right now, we have a limited number of cake books signed by me at howtocakeit.com, so head over and pick one up before they're all gone. Now I've covered all 6 of my cakes, and even though they look good, I feel like They don't look like the chocolate chip cookie that I made before on this channel. If you remember, I did the ice cream sandwich, like the double-decker ice cream sandwich. So I went on my own blog. I'm not joking. And I remember that when I did that cake, I flipped my fondant over and I pinched it, like to create wrinkles. And I don't know why I completely forgot I did that until I checked my own blog. So I came up with a new idea. I chilled the cookies for a bit so the fondant would get just a little dry in the refrigerator. And then I used a brush, like a dry paintbrush, to just sort of mark out pathways, if you will. And then I simply used like my thumbs and my fingertips to pull at the fondant, because when I pull, the fondant naturally cracks and tears. And so does a cookie. I have nothing against smooth cookies, but I just haven't seen a lot of them. By the way, the ice cream sandwich cake that I just talked about is in my new ice cream cakes compilation over on How to Cake It Step by Step, and you can watch it right here. Oh, I gotta think of a new ice cream cake.
For your birthday.
Yes. Guys, you can leave your ice cream cake ideas below. Thank you. These cookies look good, but they don't look like they were baked well. You know what I mean?
Raw cookies.
Yeah, they look a little underdone. So I just want to like give them some oomph. Yeah, chocolate chip cookies need oomph. So to do that, I'm not using ivory. I know what you're saying. There was no ivory used in this video. I dusted my cookie cakes with cocoa. Now, you gotta be careful. I didn't use Dutch processed cocoa, which is what I like to bake with. I used regular cocoa powder, which is a bit lighter. And you wanna use a nice soft bristle brush. So I actually have a makeup brush that I use here that I bought just for cakes. And I applied, it's like applying contour. It's like blush. You just wanna lightly dab on the cocoa. I mean, recipes always say, bake until brown at the edges. So that's what we're creating. It's time for me to add the chocolate chips to this cookie. But guys, I just want to remind you, I make a new cake every single week. So please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment below and let me know what you want to see me cake. For my chocolate chips, I'm using chocolate kisses because I think they look like giant chocolate chips. I've always felt this way. I'm going to use a little bit of melted chocolate to glue them to the cake. I am going to press in, but I want them to stick to the fondant. If I didn't put chocolate chips in it, would it even be a cookie?
No.
I agree. I totally agree with you.
The chocolate chip is the minimum amount of chocolate that's required in a cookie to become a cookie.
You're right. You're right.
Anything higher is great, but anything less
is unacceptable.
Yeah.
That's what's great about making a chocolate chip cookie cake. You can put as many chips as you want. It's yours. Just covered it. Orhan would be like, there. I'm off to eat some giant chocolate chip cookies now. You guys can check out my chips and dip tutorial over on How to Cake It Step by Step right here, and my lunch cakes compilation also on How to Cake It Step by Step right here. Bye! I'll see you next week.